Uh.
Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live on this Thursday morning. Happy Juneteenth to everyone out there in the world. We're here this morning with our man Parlay Poe of WTP Sports Dudes, also Blitzburg Podcast. How you this morning, bro?
Man, I can't complain. Anybody gonna listen to me? How y'all doing?
Right, good, bro.
We also got our man who was missing in action for a minute, handling business, doing what he do, building. Yeah, sure. Our man, Mr. Claiborne, also runs City League TV, WTP Sports Dudes, our man of many hats, somebody else, our man, Mr. Claiborne. How you feeling this morning, bro?
Hey, great. I'm enjoying this this holiday. I'm enjoying Juneteenth 2025. It's a beautiful day. And you have to go to work today. I'm loving it. Good to see my brother. You know, good to be back on here spitting that thing. You know, so let's get down, baby.
For sure. The last two Thursdays, we've talked about the Big 12 and the ACC. This Thursday, we're going to be talking about the SEC. And then next week, we'll be talking about the Big 10 Conference. Just have some questions about those conferences and what we think they're going to look like this season. Before we get started, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, our man Super Cat Nano, who makes our music and also does a wonderful job on YouTube. Go check him out, Super Cat Nano 2820. Cat spelled with a K, Nano spelled Nayno. Also, our other sponsor, KT's Good Eats LLC, catering business ran by my man Kevin Bird and his wife Tammy. They got some wonderful food. You can find them on Instagram at Kevin J. Bird. That's Bird spelled BYRD. Check him out on Instagram. Also, his sister owns Social Nutrition, Sips and Good Conversation, where you can get a nutritious shake, energy teas, and some other products that she has as a meal supplement. Go ahead and check her out at 3136 South Hamilton Road. You will not be let down by whatever product you get from her. Trust me. Go check her out.
That's
also,
right.
A young man who has his own apparel line, the Chief, DECHIEF.5991. Check him out on Instagram and on TikTok. Trust me, he has some really authentic gear that you would love to get. And we also got our man who's going to do his plug, who has his own apparel line as well, our man, Mr. Claiborne.
That's right. Y'all know that XK, that exclusive kicks, man. We under construction right now, but y'all know it's coming. We coming for the summer. Let's go.
Facts. Yeah, I need a Amazing Blue shirt.
I got you in, K. Now, hey, the Amazing Blue orders is, hey, it's a whole lot of them orders, man.
I know.
It's a whole lot of them orders. It's pretty hot too. I can't front on it. Mm-hmm. It's done. Consider it done.
Yeah, well, you know, I want mine too, but I don't think I want mine burnt orange and white though.
Hey, it come in every flavor, man. That's what make it so dope, man. That's what make it so exclusive. Whatever color you want, that's how we put it out.
For sure. So make sure y'all check out my man and his apparel line for sure. Well, let's not waste any more time, man. Let's get right on into it. If you're out there in our chat, please Let us know you out there. Let us know you participating, you watching. If you got any questions, put them in the chat. We got our man Post Game out there. He had to work today. Normally he would be on the tube with us as well.
Post Game
out there. Also, our man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10, he's out there too. Morning homies. We got T1 in the building for sure.
in the building.
For sure. Let's tackle this first question, man. Who are your top 4 teams in the SEC, and who is your honorable mention team? Top 4, and somebody is an honorable mention team.
It's gonna be a drag out. I'm gonna go not in order, but it's gonna be like 2 of the normals. I'm gonna say Texas, Alabama, Georgia. Since Nussmeier coming, I'm gonna say LSU and honorable mention. I mean, the 5th one with the honorable mention. I'm gonna go South Carolina.
I like that. Hey, this SEC gonna pop off next year. You know, and not because it's just like super talented, but just because I believe that the playing field is leveling out a little more, you know, opposed to it as it's been in the past with Alabama and Georgia just pretty much just strictly running it. Either it's gonna be one of them. But it's going I have to have South Carolina in my top 4. And just like you said, Parlay Poe, in no order, but I have to have South Carolina up there in my top 4. That's almost a given for me. Like it's a given to have Georgia in there. Not so sure if I want to put Alabama in there yet, but we know Alabama is Alabama, and we know they're gonna come with it. Texas, I'm not so sure I want to put Texas in there because although Arch has played a little bit, but he hasn't played the whole season. They lost quite a few players last year, and we do know that schools like Texas and Ohio State and Michigan, we reload. We still have some dogs, you know, back there in the trenches, ready to get their name out there and ready to shine and get ready to make their million. So, but still, that team has to be proven, and we already know what's going to happen right there on that first game of the season, where both teams are going to be needing to prove something. So I'm going to go with South Carolina. I'm going to go with Georgia. I'm going to go with LSU. I'm going to go with Texas, and Bama be my honorable mention.
That's a good pick. Our man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 got Texas, LSU, Alabama, Georgia. It seemed like those 4 teams are definitely in everybody's top 4 or around the honorable mention, meaning the top 5. I'm going Texas, Georgia, man, Alabama. I sure hope they bounce back. South Carolina, and then I'm going to pick LSU as my honorable mention. I think that South Carolina team can really, if Sellers can stay healthy all season, he will give people problems, and I think they can win some some games that they are going to be in during this season. And with him out there, I think they can win more than what they did last year, which means they can probably make the CFP. So I'm going to go with South Carolina as my 4th team. And who did I say? LSU was my honorable mention, or did I say Alabama?
LSU.
Yeah.
With that, so it sounds like it's a consensus top 5 at least, pretty much.
Yeah. What y'all think about Tennessee? Can Tennessee be one of those teams that could surprise this year, or the fact that they don't have that quarterback that they need? And I don't know if their defense is going to be as good. What's your thoughts on Tennessee?
Tennessee going to be in the middle. They're going to lose. They're going to lose a couple games just because their quarterback play. You know what I mean? And then losing a lot on defense. They lost. The linebacker and the safety, So we got to see how that worked. But I think Tennessee going to be in the middle towards the end. I don't think they're going to be that good this year.
I agree. I don't think they can keep the wheels flowing like they flowed last year. With they have a new quarterback coming in too, right? One of them transfers went to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So of course they're expecting high expectations from that new QB. But I'm with you, Poe. I see them as a middle breeder over there in the SEC. They're gonna win some, they're gonna lose some, and just like almost every SEC team, they'll have 8 wins.
Yeah, I see him as a middle of the pack team also in the SEC. Mossberg is saying Florida's going to be an X factor, but they have a brutal schedule. Their schedule is brutal.
I definitely agree. I'm
going to tell you right now, to me, Florida's the scariest team on Texas' schedule.
Yeah, especially if y'all go to the Swamp.
Yeah, we go to the Swamp.
Oh, see, that's scary. That Swamp is scary. Yeah.
So that's scarier than game 1?
What, the Swamp?
But see what I'm
talking about, like saying Tech, that's their scariest game. Like y'all ain't that first game is nothing, huh? That ain't scary, Terry.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
inside the SEC.
Inside the SEC.
Okay, I got you.
You can lose to Ohio State and it would not be that big of an effect because that's a non-conference game.
For both of us.
Yeah.
Just wanted to clear it up. Some people might look at things a whole nother way. You feel me?
Yeah,
so we try to make sure we give them both sides of it. Just to get it right.
Right. What quarterbacks need to put their team on their back if they plan to make the CFP?
So this is all SEC, right?
All SEC.
Okay. I'm gonna say two quarterbacks for sure. Nussmeier and Arch Manning, because we see him in spurts. Everybody don't know, everybody know he wasn't a starter. So we need to see him. They gonna have to put them on his back to let him know, because they're gonna have to. They know he can run, but we don't know if he can throw the ball efficiently like that. So I'm gonna say Arch and Nussmeier from LSU.
I'm gonna say Sellers and whoever the quarterbacks are on Alabama and Georgia's teams, because right now for this upcoming year for Alabama and Georgia, it's going to take that quarterback to put them back to where they're used to being. And if neither one of those teams have that type of quarterback that's going to be able to put that team on their back and get them back up there in the number 1, number 2, number 3 ranked position, they may be in trouble this upcoming season.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I tend to agree with everything that y'all said so far. Mossberg is saying Arch, Sellers, and Nussmeier for LSU. Man, it to me, it got to be John Mateer for Oklahoma. He gonna have to be able to put Oklahoma on his back because Oklahoma doesn't have a whole lot offensively out there. They're struggling at the wide receiver position. He gonna have to put them on his back. And I think Alabama's quarterback, who is filling some big shoes left by Jalen Milroe, in order to get Alabama back to where they were during the Nick Saban era, he's going to have to be able to put them on his back. But I also agree that Arch gonna have to do it too. Sellers gonna have to do it. Nussmeier gonna have to do it. Really, all them quarterbacks in the SEC at some point in time are gonna have to put the team on their back. In order for them to win some critical games out there, man, it's going to depend on your quarterback. But I feel like there are some teams that have enough defensively that they can lean on their defense a little bit more than others can. Like Nussmeier, he probably won't have the defense for his LSU team like Texas might have for Arch. So I think that, and Georgia might have for their quarterback Stockton. So I think it's going to come down to those quarterbacks being able to win some games here and there and then their defense can hold down the rest of the four.
I love this question right here. Because I love everything quarterback. But I want to echo off what you just said too a couple seconds ago. Like every last one of these QBs are going to have to be special if they want to take their team somewhere. It's just like that, and I think we're gonna say that as we talk about all the other conferences too. But your quarterback play is going to have to be top tier if you plan on getting in that college football playoff. It's going to have to be top tier. I mean, we already know that, but this upcoming season we have a whole lot of unexpected.
Yeah.
We know what the quarterbacks did before them. We know the quarterbacks put up the numbers and did all of that. Can that be duplicated? Can it be elevated? Like I say, I've just been smiling just during all of the answers, and just because I love the question and just the level that these quarterbacks are going to have to play at this year, and the money that they're making. Like it's going down, and every last one of them, they're going to have to play top tier football. They're
especially that game-winning drive.
Yeah,
that game-winning drive. It's on that quarterback. You know what I mean? It's on that quarterback. You can't wait for them plays to come in from the sideline. You got to see what's going on. That game-winning drive. Yeah, that's really show, man. You got big cojones like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of these teams are too deep at the quarterback position. So you that's in there right now, you better ball out because it's a dog behind you, and they waiting. They waiting for their opportunity. That person that's behind that QB1 is waiting for that opportunity. And they waiting for their chance to shine. And they feel like they should be out there. So like I'm saying, just the level that these QBs are going to have to play at this year. And this is every last one of them. On every last one of them. It's going to be a beautiful thing to watch in college football, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mossberg is saying that the SEC is loaded with quarterbacks. The question is, who are the top 5 quarterbacks in the SEC?
I'm going to go no order. I'm going to go Nuss for LSU. I'm going to go Arch for Texas. Mateer, even we playing them, so I'm definitely going with him. Oklahoma. Sellers. And I'm gonna throw my boy in there, man. I'm rooting for him this year. Lagway, man. I'm going with Lagway. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for him this year, man. For Florida. My bad. Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
No order for me, or even a couple of no names, but I'm gonna go with Sellers. I'm gonna go with South Carolina. I'm gonna go with the kid in LSU. I'm gonna go with your boy Manning, and I'm gonna go with your boy down there in Florida. I'm gonna go with him, and that next one hard for me because I'm not a big SEC guy, but I'm expect for either one of them Georgia or Alabama QBs to be up there in that top 5.
He said, pulling his notes. Man, it's kind of tough, man, with these guys, man. But everybody that y'all said is definitely in my top 5. Sellers, DJ Lagway, Arch. You got Nussmeier. I mean, Nussmeier is the most senior of all the quarterbacks in the conference, so you got to throw him in there. John Mateer is scary, bro. If Oklahoma can get just enough pieces around him and they can gel, he got the same offensive coordinator that he's had for the last probably for, I think, for his whole career, especially when he was at Washington State. So that's a plus for him. But the dude who scares me the most, man, out of them is that daggone Diego Pavia. He's been in the league for almost 8 years now.
Yeah.
Over there at Vanderbilt, he talking trash already.
Yeah, he threw a shot at us.
Yeah. He tried the Big Ten.
He threw a shot, yeah.
So, man, that's another one. So, but those 5 guys, because you can't Sellers, but what he can do with his legs, Lagway, what he can do with his legs, those 2 guys, and Mateer, those guys, man, are going to be tough on people, man. And I think all of them are really, really good quarterbacks, man. Really, really good quarterbacks. Mossberg is saying, I'm a Noose guy, Art, Sellers, Lagway, and Johnny, and we're not talking about Manziel. It's Mateer's show coming up. So, yeah, I agree with you on those too. That quarterback room and a lot of these teams, man, is probably going to be really, really nice. Really, really nice.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Do y'all – oh, no. Skip that. Let me see. Make sure I get the right question. Okay, here we go. Do you think the strength of the SEC is their top teams or their teams in the middle 5 through 11?
Man, the top, of course. The top, of course. The first 5. Everybody else, like y'all got Arkansas, Vandy, Tennessee ain't gonna be good. Kentucky ain't gonna be good. Arkansas, it's gonna be y'all's top teams. Some of them teams is guaranteed wins for the top teams, and I'm gonna tell you that now.
Yeah,
they guarantee wins, man.
That's why almost everyone in their conference wins almost 8 games. That's why they have so many teams going to bowl games, because everybody's almost guaranteed 8 wins, and that's the majority of the conference. But they were exposed last year. So all those middle teams that ESPN has been giving them so much credit for just over the years, and one of the SEC is good from top to bottom and all that, no, they were exposed during the bowl games last year, and we know that middle pack and that bottom pack is no different than the Big Ten. It's just the Big Ten. We really, really have to play football week in and week out. Yeah, we're gonna have a few, easy ones. Ohio State gonna have a few more, but come after that, you got to bang and play football in that Big Ten. So, no, it's just the top with the SEC. Everybody know that.
And I guess it depends on how many teams you're gonna put at the top. I mean, if it's 3, if it's 4, I mean, normally it would be Alabama, Georgia. They just really added Texas, who just really got good for the last 2 years. So if you put them in there, that's 3. LSU is up and down. So if I was to go and just only put 3 teams at the top, I would say the middle of the pack, where you throw in your Texas A&M, your LSU, your Florida whenever they got it right. You can have Tennessee sometimes. They made the college football playoffs last year. But it just depends, man. If those Alabama, Texas, and Georgia can stay at the top consistently, then, of course, the top would probably be the best. And then you can throw in an LSU every now and then, or Florida every now and then. I could say the top. But the middle of the pack is kind of tough, too, when you got to go to some of them stadiums. Like this year, Texas got to go to Florida. I mean, that's a tough place to go play. Even though Kentucky is weak, and we forgot about Ole Miss. Ole Miss can be a tough place to play. So I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say the top, because the bottom with Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, those guys down there, Arkansas, those guys aren't that good. Even though I think Arkansas got a chance to pop somebody early in the season in their non-conference, They got a chance to beat somebody early. I got to look at their schedule and see who that team is. But we talked about it on another broadcast. And Mossberg is saying the top for sure. I think we all probably agree on that one. Are the SEC defenses hands down better than the defenses in the Big 12 and the ACC?
They sure enough faster. I'll tell you that. They sure enough faster, and they put that on display. Like when I was watching LSU play last year, before all their dudes got hurt, they had some fast linebackers out there on that field. So, and even Georgia, their back end is faster, but they can't cover like that. But I would definitely say they faster and than the Big 12 and ACC.
Yeah, I have to give it to the SEC just over the Big 12 and the ACC, just because the ACC, I don't know. I give it to the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hands down better because of the trenches. The SEC got some big boys on those lines of scrimmages, man. And when you get those kids out of Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, I mean, that's where the most of the big bodies come from throughout the college football. That's where a lot of teams that really want their trenches, they go to those states. Now, you got some more sprinkled around the country, but mainly down there in Georgia, down there in Mississippi, Alabama, places like that, man, you find some really, really big body guys who control those trenches. And I think that's where the main advantage is for the SEC, the fact that they can put guys on their front defensive tackle positions, man, that can really stuff things when it comes to running the football. So I would say the SEC, hands down, better than those two conferences. But you notice I didn't put the Big Ten in there.
Yeah, but all those SEC teams don't have great defenses. There's levels of it now. You know, we can't just say that all of them SEC teams, even all the way down to the Kentuckys and the Missouris, are, you know, on the same level of them Alabama and Georgia defenses that we've seen. So, and it's only like probably about 3 or 4 of them that's like that, maybe 3.
Man, they love.
Maybe could say that about all conferences.
Yeah, they love giving Mizzou the benefit of the doubt. They always rank them high at the beginning of the season, man. I mean, like, and their defense be trash. They got a defense offense, but their defense be trash.
Yeah. A lot of their defenses be trash. You know what I mean? A lot of them. Kentucky, Vanderbilt, you know.
I don't know about Kentucky, man. Kentucky has some really good defense.
They good because they play in these now, as of late, they haven't been trash, you know what I mean? But that's because you're seeing the level of Alabama and Georgia's play drop down, and now Kentucky is competing with them, almost beating them, and things like that. But you know, we have to agree that Alabama and Georgia, y'all both of them should have lost a couple more games than they did this last season.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. They should have lost a couple more games than what they did. Mossberg is saying, I think it's supposed to be come on. 5-star D-line can be played everywhere. That the SEC athleticism is crazy too.
A lot of those ACC kids come from Alabama and Georgia and all of that too, because you know in the ACC you can have Florida State with a great defense, you can have Clemson with a great defense, you can have Miami with a great defense. I mean, I don't know if you can add anybody else in there like a Syracuse, maybe here and there or something. They may have a good defense, or I don't know, North Carolina, every green moon or so, but. A lot of them ACC them ACC boys come from SEC country too. They be fast too. Like I say, you can have a few of them out there. They may have a team that can bang with the SEC defensively, but not this past year.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. If you look at some of these recruiting battles that's going on right now, man, it's all across the board. You got SECs and Big Tens and ACCs. I mean, all across the board, there's some serious battles going on for some really seriously good high school football players, man. I'm interested to see how this thing is going to go and where these players are going to land at, because the teams that they got in the running for them, you can go to any of them and be great, because all of them got really, really good programs.
Yeah.
How much of a chance are you giving the SEC to get 4 teams in the 12-team CFP after only getting 3 in last year?
Man, with ESPN's help, 99%.
Yeah, I was gonna say 95, 96.
Yeah, well, come on, man.
They only got 3 last year, so and you know they was crying about that.
Yeah, you know, man, come
Think
on.
they're gonna
Man.
do 3 again? Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So both of y'all in the 90s,
I'm talking high 90s.
We all like the NFL. We all like the NFL now, bro. Everybody except for Florida State.
Yeah.
It ain't just the SEC. Everybody except for Florida State like the NFL now. Ohio State been the minor leagues for the NFL. What you talking about?
Yeah, I think they got a really good chance of getting 4 in. Only because of what happened last year with some of these other teams, like with Boise State and SMU. I think this year is going to make it easier for the committee to put 4 SEC teams in there, really based off of them, what they did last year with SMU and them. They would rather have 4 SEC teams in there than not.
So what's your percentage? What's a good chance? That 55%? You feel 55%?
Listen, 100.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I told you.
Man, ain't no way they don't get 4 in. Ain't no way. And they only 3 last year.
Yeah. Not after what we saw last year, man. They ain't making that mistake. Well, not
even if that 4th one don't deserve it. Yeah, even if that 4th one don't deserve it, they getting 4 in because they're gonna say we just think that this 4th team is better than this 3rd team or 2nd team over here in the horrible ACC or horrible Big 12. Whoever don't, and the Big 12 has a chance of being at that horrible conference where you look at it and it's like, you know, we're not putting 2 of y'all in there. Y'all 2nd best team isn't better than the Big 10 or the SEC's 4th best team. I don't think they're gonna do it no more.
Yeah. Let's look at what Mossberg said right here. But he's saying week 1. I'm gonna say weeks 1 through 3 will have some implications, possibly a lot of different conference matchups.
I disagree because guess what? You lose game 1, that matters nothing. All you gotta do is go run the table, and you might even can lose 1 more.
You can.
That first one doesn't mean nothing. If you get in the season 10-2, and you're in the SEC or the Big 10, you getting in a 12-team playoff.
Definitely that.
Yeah, I think what he's really hitting at is the fact that in those first 3 weeks, man, there's going to be some really, really key non-conference matchups that
agree.
That if you lose those things, man, like it all depends on how you rebound in your conference. You can't afford to have too many losses, especially if you're playing the 3 top teams in your conference. If you got to play all 3 of those dudes, you might find yourself in a situation where you got 4 losses, or you might have 3 losses.
You got 4 L's. You ain't going nowhere. You know, the most that 4th SEC or Big Ten team can have is going to be 3.
Yeah,
The most they can have is 3. They ain't going to be able to be 8-4. You know what I mean? They could be 9-3. They'll take that 9-3 team over 11-1 Big 12 team.
Yeah, especially if that 9-3 team then got better during the week. Every week they then got better with them losses. You know what I mean? Like if you losing consistently, they ain't gonna put you in. But if you getting better, they see you get better. Like that first week, whoever lose the first week, they're gonna get better as a team. Trust me.
Yeah, they're gonna work out those kinks. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that if the Florida Gators go 9-4 with the schedule they got, they're gonna get some consideration, man. Because their schedule
is 8-4. You say that Florida go 8-4.
If they go 8-4 with that schedule they got, they're gonna get some consideration. Now I ain't gonna say they're getting in, but man, you got to give them some consideration because that schedule they got is freaking brutal. 2 years back to back.
So what? They have Bama and Georgia.
They got Georgia and Texas, and they got Miami and Florida State.
Shit. Well, Florida State, we gonna. That ain't nobody scared of Florida State right now. Florida State got to do something, so they don't even get mentioned when we talk about strength of schedule. Everybody looking at that as a win.
Man.
So lead them out of it. But that Miami, yeah, I can see that. That's gonna be a banger.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up their schedule real quick, man, so we can look at it and then.
What did you say,
Florida's, yeah.
Yeah.
So they got
LSU. They got LSU too.
They got LSU, Miami. Listen, look at that slate right there. That 4-game slate right there. That is nuts.
Oh, Miss Florida State. Lord have mercy.
Dude, that schedule is nuts.
Woo. Oh, that's the toughest schedule in all of college football.
It gotta be, bro.
They get two scrimmages, and then it's on and popping.
Yeah.
LSU, Miami, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State. Oh, 4. If they come out of this, they gonna be cold.
Yeah.
They either gonna be they're either gonna be one of the best teams in America and talked about as one of the greatest college seasons ever, or they gonna get killed.
They gotta keep leg weight upright, man.
They gotta keep him up. Haran, 78. He after your Buckeyes. He after your Buckeyes right now. He said 2,028 days last time Ohio State beat Michigan, and OSU fans plumb out of excuses.
Hey, ain't no biggie. It's all good. It's all good.
He said, first time listener.
Hey, glad to know he included the game that they forfeited. But yeah, I don't know where they do that at. But glad you included that, homie. But it's all good. We ain't tripping. We're getting ready for a whole new season. We ain't even worried about our national championship that we won. We trying to go do it again, man. We ain't tripping.
Yeah. Hurrah 78. Make sure you tune in next Thursday. Make sure you tune in next Thursday at 7:45 p.m. when we talk about the Big Ten. And we'll be talking about your Michigan boys and the Buckeyes and everybody in that Big Ten conference. So remember that. And remember to tune in on next Thursday, 7:45, when we discuss the Big Ten conference. Because I would love to have you in the chat talking that talk.
Appreciate you.
Can Alabama return to their form this season?
So, do we know who's starting? Is Simpson or Austin starting? Do we know? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
I think they really jumped the gun getting Washington's coach like that quick. I think they jumped the gun. They should have. I would have went back and got somebody. I would have tried to get Lane Kiffin again or something. But I don't know if he's gonna get them same recruits. But they need to be come back. They need to come back, but everything is on level playing field now. You know what I mean? Alabama ain't the only one just paying people now. You can get that Neal now. So I don't know. They need to get back to form. They got 5 stars. Don't get it twisted. It's how they get coached up. You know, a lot of them dudes from Saban era, they gone too.
Yeah, and what did Saban say? And for that reason, I'm out.
Yeah.
Saban said, I'm out of here. I can't get the top players. I can't get everybody that I want. Trying to tell me that now they can get plucked away from me. If they can get more money here, oh, I ain't doing that. I don't like that. I don't like that by Saban. Like it was all good when it was for you and you winning all these national championships, doing whatever you do. But when they change things up, you're saying, I don't want that. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that because that's just like that's just like telling me that this just doesn't work for you.
Right.
This just doesn't work for you.
When everybody can spread it,
everybody else.
Yeah, when everybody can give you that suitcase now, you know what I mean? Everybody can give you that suitcase full of money. You know what I mean? Like you ain't getting that. You ain't getting them 3 5-star. You got 3 5-star running backs behind each other. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
That's cowardice action to me, man.
Man, that's
crazy.
crazy.
It's like you bowing out because now the league requiring everybody to bring their original birth certificate.
Right.
You're like, hey, we good, our team, we out of here. We ain't doing this no more. All because we want original birth certificate. Okay, Saban. But yeah, Alabama need to get back to form and they need to hurry up because they are losing recruits. And we like to thank them for a couple of them that we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Saban making that move to retire definitely opened up the doors for everybody else to go ahead and start grabbing some of them guys, man. Which is a better rivalry in the SEC? The Red River Shootout, Oklahoma and Texas, the Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn, or Alabama versus LSU, or another rivalry like the Tennessee, Georgia game. Which one is your top rivalry in the SEC?
Well, what's the name just got to be a SEC rivalry, so I ain't putting that in there. I ain't putting the Red River Shootout in there because that just became an SEC shootout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but that Iron Bowl.
It's in there though, Poe. It's in there. It's in there. It's in there though, so you gotta include it.
Not after 2 years.
I
can't
put
that over that Iron Bowl. That Iron Bowl, man, they that's like
the Iron Bowl been garbage though.
It's still like North Carolina and Duke.
It ain't Ohio State, Michigan.
No, it's like these dudes really played like football. They play high school football against each other.
Yeah. I know how they get down.
You know what I mean?
Like Alabama and Auburn, right?
Alabama, Auburn. But you got to think, Auburn beat them. Auburn beat Alabama when they was undefeated one year.
Yeah, but if you look at the last 10 years of it, like it's Alabama heavy.
Yeah, it's definitely
probably even if you look at the last 20, it's gonna be Alabama heavy. Auburn got them a few. It's heavy. Theirs isn't like a back and forth like ours is. So therefore, I don't think I respect it that much unless I don't know enough about it. And it's closer than what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Let me
Yeah,
see.
that's what I was saying.
Let me see.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Parlay Poe on the fact that
Iron
the
Bowl,
Red River rivalry is just
Alabama,
way too new
Auburn.
in the SEC to put them in there with rivalries that have been going on since the SEC was formed. I like the Iron Bowl, but I would prefer to watch Bama versus LSU over any of those
Yeah,
other rivalries. I mean, of course, I'd rather watch the Red River rivalry because it's Texas, but I wouldn't put them up in there because they're too new to the conference.
yeah,
I agree with Parlay Poe on that. So I would go with Bama and LSU, especially if it's at night.
yeah. That's crazy because listen, Auburn got a record 51 wins and 37 losses, but Alabama won the last 5.
So you telling me Auburn is winning that series?
Yeah.
I would say right where I say Crimson Tide 45 to 36 with one tie at
See,
Auburn. At
see,
Auburn.
you laid
Uh,
a couple games because it's 50. The Auburn with her overall record 51, 37, and 1.
no, this right here. That's an old article right there.
Yeah. 57, 37,
You
and 1.
say you say Auburn is winning.
Yeah, 50, 51. They 51, 37, and 1, but Alabama won the last 5.
No, it say Alabama is the one. Hold on. The Alabama Auburn football rivalry, better known as the Iron Bowl. Where we at? Where's the record? All time series, Alabama 51-37. You just got it backwards. And
Nah,
that's Alabama's largest victory that's a long
no,
time ago.
you got look. The Alabama lead. Okay, yeah, leads the ball against the Auburn. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Alabama current win streak is at 5 right now. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying too. There's this but even though look, check dig with this, even though Michigan has beat us what, 3 straight, how many, 4 straight, 5 straight, whatever it is.
5.
But it's still like even still, all of those games have been like exciting. The games. These Alabama and Auburn, and for these past 5 years, as you have Auburn that's just sweeping it. And like I said, if you go back to 10, it's probably still like that. So yeah, I can't get it. Since the Red River is up there, I'm gonna have to give it to them. SEC don't really have a banger like that. You think Alabama, Georgia, but they don't meet every single year, correct? Unless they meet in a championship game.
Yeah, they don't play every year.
Yeah, yeah, they don't do that.
Yeah, that's for sure. We also got our man FanDuel Zaya joining the show. How you feeling, FanDuel?
What up, man? My bad, man. This couch was real comfortable, man. I was up and then I wasn't no more.
What it do, bro?
What up, T1? It's good to see you, dog.
Man, good to be seen. Good to be seen.
Let's get FanDuel's reaction to some of these questions that we had and bring him up to speed.
Appreciate it.
Who are your top 4 teams in the SEC, and who's your honorable mention?
Hey, that's my guy, Lawrence, right there. What up, Lawrence? Congratulations, too, bruh. He got a new one in the world, you know. He joined the family. So,
That's post game's dad, bro. That's post game's.
I thought that was Lawrence. My guy, Lawrence.
Yeah, I think that's post game's dad. What's up, Wiz?
Oh, okay. But I'm going with Texas, no particular order. Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, and my last one, I gotta say, I'm one of these dudes that think Bama gonna fold again. I don't think they're gonna finish up there. That 4th team is gonna be tough though. I don't know, man. That's tough. Let me think. Georgia, Texas, South Carolina. I'm gonna say
LSU.
LSU. Yeah, LSU. And then my sneaky pick. I'm gonna go Texas A&M.
How did I know you was gonna say you was gonna either throw Oklahoma or Texas A&M in there? How did I know that?
Oh, that's who I was thinking for. OU. Because they gonna pop y'all this year. Yeah. Let me remove Texas A&M and throw OU in that sleeper pick, man. I like what they got.
Off big.
JoJo.
What's happening, Mossberg? Can you hear us?
Let me get up, man. Ew.
Maybe his mic and stuff ain't in there yet. Right, there you go. Mossberg, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Pretty good, pretty good.
That's what it do.
What's going on, City League? What's going on? Good to see you in here, Parlay Poe. Just preparing for this trip, man. Just getting ready for this trip. That's why I couldn't join right away.
That's cool.
Hey, Moss. I was up and then I wasn't no more, man. That's my fault too.
I see you hit the text said you was on that couch, man.
Man.
Hey, happy Juneteenth, y'all.
Definitely.
Let's
Man.
go.
You too, bro.
He was hugged up with that cup.
Nah, I wasn't up with that cup. I worked last night, bro.
Both of y'all give us a quarterback in the SEC that's gonna need to carry their team to the CFP.
Oh, that's easily Sellers. Sellers gonna have to do everything for them, just like he was doing last year. But they got some talent on that team, though. I would throw DJ Lagway in there, but I already know they're gonna lose 4 or 5 games. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean?
They got that brutal schedule. I'm gonna go Mateer. I like all the quarterbacks in the SEC, Newsmeyer, Sellers, but I think when you're talking about carrying the team, I think they got Johnny just to do that at Oklahoma. He's gonna have to definitely carry that team, put them on his back in order for them to get to the playoff. Other teams definitely got the defense to make things happen, to cover up some of the offensive things they might face. But I'm gonna say Mateer for Oklahoma for sure.
I like that Mateer pick, Moss.
Can Alabama return to form this season? For y'all too.
After they take that first loss, after we beat them that first game of the season, I think they could definitely get back to their normal self. Figuring out that quarterback system, I know Parlay Post spoke on that. Just figuring out who they're gonna have at that QB. You know, that's just my thoughts when it comes to Alabama. I see you, City League TV. After they take that first loss to Florida State,
Oh,
they can get back to their normal form.
Man. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. I'm just laughing, man. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. That's a good week 1 victory, man. If y'all can get it, man. Just for you, I hope y'all get it, cause I can't take much more.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Y'all need to
man.
win more than 5 games.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the board need a couple, like another year or two for real. I think he got to get his own players. He got to get his own players to fit his own system.
Yeah.
So y'all think they gonna return to form? That's a yay.
I think they can. I think they can. You got to think Ryan Williams is still there. Talking about one of the most dominant receivers in college football next to Smitty from O Block 4. I mean, you got to give him his respect. He's still there, so it's a reason he's still there. If it was different, I think he would have left. I mean, that's just my whole thought in that. So I definitely think Alabama could get back to their normal self. We've seen what they've done in the portal along with some of the recruits coming in this year. So they definitely could get back to that. I definitely feel that way about Alabama.
Which rivalry do y'all think is the better? The Red River Shootout, Iron Bowl, Bama versus LSU, or another rivalry inside the SEC?
Yeah, I mean, I was hearing what y'all was saying. I don't care that Texas and OU is new to the SEC. They in there together. I mean, the rivalry been going on for years. I think it's that one for real.
I mean, I definitely I like that Texas Oklahoma, and I was listening to it and it made me think like how Parlay was talking about they playing against each other since high school. When you think of a rivalry, when you add all of those things into it, I think that's definitely the Iron Bowl. I mean, I think when we talked about this earlier, I had the Texas and Oklahoma, but if you think about it now, I think this year, I think we're gonna see that bowl back to where it's used to. That Iron Bowl is gonna be helmets hitting, reminiscent of when they got that what was it, that field goal kick in return. Auburn got to win the game. You'll see that type of Iron Bowl, I think, possibly this year.
Once Michigan win 8 more straight, then that won't even be a rivalry anymore. And then the Red River Shootout is going to be the best one of all of them.
Stop it. Y'all about to lose this year, too.
You don't believe that?
Yeah, I do. I've been saying it.
You ain't believe what you just said.
Well, you see, I had a smile behind it, though. We all caught up. So what coach or coaches must have a really good season or their seat will be super hot?
Brian Kelly. Right. Well, all them under, like the SECs, them under teams, that don't matter because they probably won't never get a good coach like that. But Brian Kelly, his seat hot right now.
Yeah.
His seat hot right now. I would say Brian Kelly.
Totally agree with that one. Brian Kelly definitely got to change up over there at LSU. Got to make it happen.
I don't know. This is a good one. Who's the coach at USC?
Well, he in the Big
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
He in the Big Ten. We're gonna talk about him next week.
Oh, okay. We're talking about the SEC. Yeah,
we got many questions for that Big Ten.
I'm a roll with the masses with that one.
He almost set himself up for that gold pants question.
Yeah, it's a few coaches on the hot seat in the SEC though. Texas A&M coaches on the hot seat. OU's coaches on the hot seat. Let's see. I mean, for real, Rob, if y'all struggle this year, y'all's coach gonna be on the hot seat because y'all got an all-world.
Stop it, bro.
Y'all got an all-world roster, bro. If y'all don't win the SEC, it's a problem.
Stop, man. Stop.
I'm just saying, if y'all don't win the SEC, it's a problem. It will be on the hot seat if that is the case.
I'm gonna say this after you do.
Florida's coach, Billy Napier, he'd be on the hot seat. He's definitely on the hot seat already. And they got the hardest schedule. So it's a few up on
the hot seat. That schedule. That means you might as well go ahead and fire him right now. If you say if you say he on the hot seat, fire him right now. Because he ain't got it's all bad. That schedule is treacherous.
Yeah.
I don't expect nothing from that schedule.
Yeah, they like what they saying at the end of the year last year, though.
Bruh, if they win the SEC, he the coach of the year.
Yeah, coach of the year, QB Heisman.
Yeah.
All of that. You got the Biletnikoff winner out there. You got somebody on defense that's crazy. Like, yeah. Like he not that schedule is nah. If he is on see we gotta wait till the following season to see it.
Hey, DeBoer on the hot seat a little bit.
Who?
DeBoer.
He just got there.
Yeah, but you can't lose four or five games again this year. You can't do that at Bama. That's why don't nobody follow goats. You don't follow the goat.
That's why I said I wouldn't have took that job. They shouldn't have. They rushed into getting that dude for Washington. They rushed into that.
I would say Bama's
totally
coach
different from what's her name.
I would say Bama's coach could be on the hot seat after this season. Like if you said, if they lose another 4 or 5, I can see Bama's coach on the hot seat after this season.
So if what you saying that if Brian Kelly lose 4, who's on the hot seat more, him or DeBoer?
Shit, Brian Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly.
That's why I say Brian Kelly. I think he got to turn that.
Yeah, if he lose 4 this year, he getting fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he getting fired for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Sam Pittman at Arkansas. Even though Arkansas is not a good team, Sam Pittman is just it'll be time to move on from him if he can't have a good enough season where they get at least 7, 8 wins. Just be time to move on from him because
but he's only been there 2 years, right?
Now Sam Pittman been there for about 6.
Yeah.
It ain't been that long. It ain't been that long since Bielema was there, has it?
Yeah. I mean, they thumped Texas in like Steve Sarkisian's first year. They thumped Texas, so he been there for a minute.
And they ain't done nothing like that.
Y'all play them this year?
Yeah, we play them this year. We're gonna play them every year. Hey,
he can win 5 games and beat Texas and be all right.
That's possible. That's possible if he can win that game. I would definitely Brian Kelly for sure. I mean, and I'm going to say Billy Napier as well because he was on the hot seat before last season, which means that if he don't do well, even though he has a really, really tough schedule, if he can win some games, he can save himself. And he was able to do that last year. I don't know if they're going to be able to continue to do that in Gainesville. They ain't built like that. So I think he's going to have to do something.
Think about Florida, man. Florida, that's a sketchy job, man. Because Florida has some good coaches, man.
Yeah.
They had some good coaches that they got rid of. I'm like, they was having like national championship defensive coordinators, and then 2 years later, 3 years later, they're firing. You know what I mean? I don't know what about that Florida job, man. I stay away from that.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a tough job. That really for that Florida State, and Miami, those 3 jobs are tough, man, because you battle in that state of Florida for against 2 other powerhouses, man, and it's a kind of a tough place to have to play in, man. That state. So hopefully he can do the things he needs to do to be good this year, because they got a really good football team, man. They're going to be able to run the football on everybody because their offensive line is maulers. I don't know what DJ Lagway's arm is going to look like, but their running back room is a beast too. So they're going to be in some games, man. They're going to make it tough on some folks. I just hope they don't make it tough on my Longhorns.
Yeah.
But I know they will.
Yeah, that's 1 of 3.
Yeah. Last question I had on the docket about the SEC. Will the SEC bring home the national championship this year?
Negative. That's all I said. Negative. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, the national champion coming out of the Big Ten again.
Ooh. I'm just eating popcorn on this one because I'm definitely not going with the SEC. Yeah, it's just something that I think we in for another great season of college football. Talking about the quarterbacks of the SEC, then we got the Big Ten we'll talk about next week. And respectively, I think people would choose the Big Ten over the SEC with this question. Just based on what they've done the past few years. You got a team that's ran through a historic run to the national championship. Year before that, undefeated champion. You know, when we looking at respective guys, FanDuel, T1, and Parlay Po of these teams, and Go Blue and the Buckeyes. So then we got Texas in the SEC, who we talking about, a team that everybody, feel can win that national championship. So I think respectively, these are 3 teams that I'm looking at to honestly could be possibly winners of it. I'm not going to say it's going to go to the SEC, but that's just my thoughts.
Man, Moss, I ain't letting you slide with that, man. Because you was the same cat that was talking about 3 ACC teams been in the playoffs. So y'all should have just as good as a chance, right?
I'm going to just keep my comments to myself, man. My nose is coming out week 1, and it's going to be for everybody to see, and we just going to go from there. ACC, Seminoles the only team I could see in there.
Y'all got to get past Clemson.
Yeah. Clemson got a really good chance, I think, of winning the national championship. I don't think it will be a Big Ten team this year. Y'all got 2. I think y'all should be happy with that. I don't think y'all getting another one.
Man.
Not this year. If y'all do this year.
If Big Ten win the title this year, we're just going to have to start a mega conference. Y'all going to have to come to – everybody just going to have to come to the Big Ten, man. Everybody just going to have to come to the Big Ten.
Is that including Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh man! Before we go, I don't know if y'all watched that video I sent that with Notre Dame's coach saying that it's a possibility. Well, I'm gonna say he said it was a possibility, but he was talking about teams becoming independent because of the way that college football market is now, and possibly the NCAA being gone and somebody else running the college football and teams going independent. Now, I know for a fact the teams that are on this channel right now, they can all go independent and be the bomb.
Yeah, man. And be getting dope.
That'd be crazy.
Dope.
Yeah.
They'll put a black eye in the game somewhere.
Man.
Yeah, the NCAA better stop playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of money out there on the table. Somebody gonna try to get it. So,
because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I low key think Ohio State fed up with the Big Ten. Low key.
Why?
Because we got one of the highest revenue basketball programs in the Big Ten. People don't know that, but our football team, we always gotta hold down Big Noon, and we tired of playing all these games on Big Noon.
Right.
Well, that's Fox doing that.
Yeah, and that's the problem. We feel like we carrying the conference.
Texas did it. Texas did it for this one because they went to Texas and asked Texas if they wanted to move it, and they said, "Hell no, we ain't doing no night game in Columbus." So Fox was gonna let us do the night game. They went to let us keep it all clear. Fox was gonna let us do the night game. We just gonna have to move it to Sunday, and Texas said no, we're not doing it.
Well, Fox is Big Ten.
Yeah, but
I know.
Regardless of that, though, Paul, it's still about splitting the pie evenly with everybody else, bro. We've been carrying the Big Ten. We play the Big Noon games, and we still splitting too much money.
Man, y'all should have just told them. Fox could have told them either y'all want this game or not. We playing at night on Sunday.
Hey, I think if they don't make 2 mega conferences and take the NCAA out of it, whenever this is supposed to be happening or whatever contract is up or whatnot, I could see some teams like Ohio State, like a Michigan, like a Alabama going the independent route. Like saying, hey, if Notre Dame can do it and make all the money, and it's about money now, what's the use of being in a conference?
Yeah. You got a great point, because I feel like
when my brand pull in money, like I'm carrying the conference, because I'm steady bringing in millions on top of millions in all of these playoff games. We've been in all the playoff games since 2000. Since Tressel got here, we stay in playoff games.
Y'all wasn't in all of them.
Bringing in that revenue.
Y'all ain't been in all of them.
No, everything they've had, we've been in it.
Y'all wasn't in the Mustang.
Been in it. The 14 been in it. The now
been
the
in
17
before.
been in it.
But y'all ain't been in every last one of them.
No, I ain't saying. I'm saying we played in all that. We played in a BCS championship game. We played in the 4-team championship game when they switched to that, and now we played in the 12-team college football playoff. We played in all of them, and so we've been very consistent in giving money to our conference through these playoff games.
Right.
Man, they might as well send everybody independent and just open it up for ownerships.
And open it. That's what it is now. Because guess what? Now it is now that they are paying the athletes and even allowing the schools to just pay it just from the school's account. I mean, shoot, let's eat. You better believe that them big guys want. You better believe them big guys gonna want their checks to go up a little higher too, instead of just throwing all the money out. You better believe they gonna want some of that pie.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the possibilities. My bad. Go ahead.
I don't know if y'all remember when I sent that one video where that businessman was saying that some of these companies are going to be buying part ownership in some of these universities.
It's professional now.
Yeah.
When you add all this money, I think that's just a way of you're going to be able to see a lot of things. You know, people going to actually want to put money into it because of the effect. They see what they can bring in. If somebody goes and puts some money in Michigan, Ohio State, Texas, Florida State, you're not going to leave with zero. You're going to make tons of money because of the revenue shares. You know, it's so much that you can make with it. And then you could think Notre Dame already has Channel 4. Just imagine Texas, Ohio State having Fox, Michigan having their own network, you know, not even the Big Ten. Just looking at the possibilities of some of those things, we'll be able to see so much more football. I say, why not make something like that happen? You'll see a better overall outlook on the football. I'm just possibilities. Maybe something we don't see. But it look good, sound good as well.
All right, cool. Anything else y'all want to add about the SEC conference before we head out?
Yeah, we about 5 years away from the contracts, the TV contracts. That's when we get more clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who's the MVP of the SEC conference this year? Early MVP.
The early MVP.
Yeah, I'm going Nate Frazier.
Mm.
You love Nate Frazier.
He gonna have to put them on his back.
I'm going with Sellers.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Going with Sellers.
That's a good pick. I'm going
with him possibly being the front runner for the Heisman.
I'm going with the vet, man. I'm going Nussmeier, man.
Yeah, you know that's where I'm going. I think, you know, when we talk about Kelly's job being on the line, I think that veteran leadership, he knows what's at stake this season. I've been liking Noose, 25 games plus, man. He's just a dog. I like what he brings to the table. I'm gonna go with Noose. Close with Arch. Noose and Arch.
Hey man, Sellers remind me of an even better JT Barrett. And JT Barrett was pretty good. But that's who
He was a bum.
Man, stop it, bro. Stop it.
More athletic JT Barrett.
Yeah, Sellers is special.
Yeah.
He's special, man. I like Sellers too, but I think they're gonna lose some games that they're supposed to win though. That's how it always goes.
Yeah, his schedule is I think is too tough for him to have some huge games, man. He got a really tough schedule too. So I'm not gonna pick him because his schedule is real tough. I wouldn't be surprised if Nussmeier wins since he's the veteran, but I'm gonna pick Diego Pavia to win it. I think he's gonna light the league up.
Yeah, but you know, usually when they pick the MVP, your team do good. So you expect Vandy to do good?
No, well, I expect them to win 7 games. But you never know. You know, you might be right about that. Let me scratch Pavia. Pavia, you out of there, bro. Yeah.
Hey, South Carolina's schedule ain't nowhere near as tough as Florida, so I can't even say that it's tough.
No, it's not tough.
Because I can see what we talked about when we talked about a quarterback actually carrying their team.
Yeah.
I actually can see to where if Sellers do what he would believe that he can do, he can start off and beat Virginia Tech and then go get South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Kentucky, pop LSU, then pop Oklahoma. Now they like, oh, Sellers is the real deal. Then pop Alabama. And I like, oh yeah, it's over with. Then they just got Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina, and Clemson. So I can easily see Sellers putting that Superman cape on. It's a possibility. Will it happen? We don't know. The game is going to have to play out. But I can see him coming in and popping these boys.
Where they got Bama at?
On his back, huh?
Where they got Bama at?
At home. Oklahoma at home as well. They got Oklahoma and Bama at home. And Clemson.
Okay.
I would say that Oklahoma game gonna be one to watch because you know they gonna be.
They got the LSU too at LSU, and they'll probably put that at nighttime.
SEC got some raw schedules this year.
Where they got A&M at?
A&M, they got at A&M. Yeah,
that's a tough place to play.
It is, and I believe that Sellers is a tough quarterback. If he can stay healthy, I believe that he can carry his team. And looking at his schedule, I believe that he can do it. If his defense can step up for him and help him out and not hurt him, they could be that surprise team in the SEC.
Then just that key thing for me with Sellers is that you just said it, is healthy. You know, if he stay healthy. If he stay healthy, I think sky is the limit for the South Carolina team. I think they do go on. And it's starting. I see what you mean by the importance of that quarterback to the team. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to definitely be the talk of the SEC a lot throughout this year as far as in his health and how just, you know, his production week in, week out, along with all the quarterbacks. Definitely making a lot. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, he remind me a little bit of Cam Newton.
Say the Cam.
Yeah.
Because he got to have that cape on this year, man, in order for them to be at the top of that SEC, man. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm telling you right now, next year, if Texas can have it their way, they will have Ohio State come and play in Austin at 12 noon in that hot-ass sun. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Nah, it's definitely
that's
definitely gonna be a night game.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a night game for sure. ESPN gonna get that one, so it's definitely gonna be a night game. But if Texas had it their way, high noon.
High noon.
You already know you capping though. You already know they wanted to be a night game.
No, Texas don't want that to be no night game, bro.
Texas want that night game, bro. They want that game under the lights.
Listen,
the fans act a little different when the lights come on.
For the fans, they do. But Steve Sarkisian wants it at noon, bro. He wanted it at noon.
The heat.
Hey, we can play at Ohio State. We can play in any terrain. It doesn't affect us.
And that Texas heat different.
Well, let me tell you this.
Hey, we got boys from Texas. We got boys from down south.
At high noon in September, and you'll find out.
Hey, we only take about 6 or 7 dudes from the Midwest. The rest come from Florida, Cali, and Texas.
Yeah, okay. And we're gonna sit you on the sideline with no fans.
Ooh, August 30th.
Now you're cheating.
August 30th talk is heating up.
Heating up.
Man.
All right, y'all. Well, that's all we got, man. I'm glad y'all was able to join this morning, man. We had the whole sled of people except for post game. He was in the chat though.
I got one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do OKC end it tonight?
It's over.
Nah.
The NBA with this series with OKC, Indiana. If you didn't think from game one that this thing was going 7 games so that they can get every last cent that they can get out of it, because the ratings, I haven't seen them, but my guesstimation would be that the ratings are down from previous years. So They're going 7. They're not gonna leave money on the table and have nothing to do in 2 more days. It's going 7. It will go back to OKC, and OKC just gonna win it in OKC.
I don't know, man. It might be a better party scene down in Indy than in OKC. So I'm going with Shy, closing it out with clips of them showing that Mamba mentality. He gives them that with a 30 ball tonight in Indy and get this championship on the road. And then we'll hear the talk of that face of the NBA. So I'm gonna go OKC in the closeout tonight in Indy. Tough, but I'm a Zay, you put me on with the way he's playing this series, man. And after watching the highlights these last few nights, I think he closed it out tonight. I think he's ready to close it out, put him on his back.
Well, we know one thing. Indy can't let J-Dub go for 40 or it's definitely over.
Yeah,
man.
Y'all don't have to worry about that. Y'all don't have to worry about that. We got a game 7 coming up. And if y'all remember, I said, like, I want to believe, like, about in the middle of the season that I was gonna rock and roll with OKC, and I never had another team that I rooted for outside of Ohio. But I kind of had to, although I still like them, I kind of had to back off a little bit because I would never want to be known as one who hops on a bandwagon when somebody is winning. So I just have to look at them from afar and appreciate, the game that I'm seeing from them young fellas. But I truly believe that it's going to go 7, but I still think that OKC is going to get it. And I mean, if they were to be letting them play, I would still have it a coin toss, But yeah, it's not going to end tonight, though.
T1, you've shown nothing but bandwagonism every week.
He said bandwagonism. You know he mean it. He done created a whole word for it.
He said bandwagon.
Bandwagonism.
He's about to blow the chat up off that.
Hey, but you know what? The dude, the people who ain't never see Shea play, and he played like this, I'll be like, man, he played like this all year.
For sure he did.
Yeah, this how he played all year.
He's been playing like this for the past few years.
Yeah, but everybody don't get to see him play
at a very high level.
If it ain't prime time, their games come on at 10:30.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say he had like a 20-game streak of 30 plus or more.
Yeah, people ain't seen that though. They ain't seen that because they be West Coast games, and them 10:30 games, people work, man. Them games end at 1 o'clock. People sleep, man.
I went back to the whole season. Like I really watched him, and I'm like for this man not to ever really meet Kobe, because I went through a lot of his stuff. For him to actually be doing what he doing, he had to sit and watch Kobe for multiple
his game
nights.
Different than Kobe's.
Like some of the flashes, I know we see it on the internet, but some of the
assassin, I think that.
Nah, he handled the ball. He handled the ball more to be like Kobe. Thing about it is what made him special. He get to his spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm talking about that midi that we talked about the other day. That's what he get to. He get to that spot and elevate.
And you can't stop him from getting there.
You can't stop him from getting there.
Because that's the thing too. He's 6'6".
Yeah,
He's a huge point guard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's a huge point guard. So he's a problem. And then when they allow him to push you off of him and all of the other magical things that he do, like it's he's set up to be great here in the league for whenever he want to stop.
Yeah, they call him the foul
merchant. He playing football championships, but it's setting up real pretty for him right now. His team is young. It's going to be interesting to see if OKC pay that money that they didn't pay out when they had that big 3 from the beginning.
Yeah, hey, he another guy that I want to see get that back to the basket game because I think it'll take it to a whole new atmosphere.
You know what? He gonna do that when he get older.
Yeah.
When he get older, that's when he gonna develop that. Trust me. You know who he play like? I'm gonna tell you, if Chris Paul was 6'6", he'll play just like that.
Yeah, about.
Yeah. If Chris Paul was that 6'6", that's how Chris Paul play.
Yeah.
That's how get to that spot and all that stuff.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a copy to Sean Livingston, bro. He got some Sean Livingston in old school Sean Livingston before the injury. That's who he remind me of.
Yeah. Sean Livingston was about 6'8", though, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, but they got the same.
They taller.
Yeah, they got the same type of game though. Before Sean Livingston got hurt, he could get to the cup at will. He had that whole mid-range game on lock, and you could not stop him from getting to a spot. He'd just get to the mid-range and shoot right over you.
Yeah.
When you elevate the way that they elevate on their jump shot, and that with being that big, ain't nothing you can do but just hope that they miss it.
Yeah, you're right.
They elevate on those millies. If you watch Shea and he hit them, he elevate, and you gotta think, okay, he's 6'6", so he just got an easy eye to the basket. And he's perfected it.
And then he shoot high too.
Yeah,
he shoot high like boom. So you know what I mean? Like, oh man, dude special.
I like the way you spoke about Chris Paul too, because people forget that's who he came into the league and was behind. And Chris Paul really taught him a lot. So I definitely, man, I like that with the Sean Livingston. Like if you add them, man, he's different. He's special, like you say, Parlay. I like the way you break down players and certain words you say, but when you say he's special the way you said, can't get no better than that, man.
Hey, I think we asked the question last week. Could they run it back and repeat if they win it this year? And I said there's a 0% chance. But really, honestly, if they can get 20 a game out of Chet next year, man, they'd be right back there. They just need Chet to make the next step for real.
But dude ain't under contract though.
Chet?
That is doing enough. He's doing enough right now. He's doing enough right now. They win it this year. Of course, they're the favorite for next year. Nobody's leaving. They got
a free agent though.
Who?
8.
Yeah.
Who?
Number 8.
Yeah.
J-Dub?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna pay him.
Yeah, he gotta get his bread. Especially
he gonna get his bread.
Ain't nobody look. Ain't nobody going nowhere. But then again, some of these owners feel a little crazy. They win they shit, but they get to throw them, send the players out. Like, go, y'all can have them. I got mine. I can last a whole another 20 years. I ain't got to put nothing into this month.
He might be the only person who they got to do their contract, though. I think they could offer Chet an extension or something, but everybody else on the books for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
next year, Lou Dort or something.
Yeah, but they good. It's just now just the time to pay them because their franchises they gaining, they earning more and more money. The deeper they get into this, the bigger the franchise is financially.
Yeah.
That's a good question you said about 0% chance and then thinking they could repeat. I was thinking about that yesterday, late night. I think it's tough to repeat right now in the NBA, regardless of who you are. I think it's really tough with some of the things we just spoke on, players leaving, all those different things. It's tough to repeat, man.
Injury too.
Yeah. Injuries are huge, but you know, injuries are the main thing, and we all know that's the main thing. Just because if you just say this team, like you have the OKC, they're a young team. Indiana, they're not that old. You know what I mean? They're not that old. They have a whole lot of youth in there mixed in with some veterans, and even my Cavaliers, they're young. You know, mixed in with a few old, younger veterans, and as with Boston, I mean, you still have teams that have something in the tank, and Boston was only put out, we would have to say, because due to injury this year. So we don't really know how any of this would have turned out had Boston stayed healthy throughout the playoff, and Boston just played Boston basketball and try to see if they could have been the ones to take OKC down, which looking at it right now, they may have been the only team that may have been able to take OKC down, and now OKC has the opportunity for a finals championship.
Yeah.
Well, we
go ahead.
We see the trades heating up the NBA right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much more bigger moves, bro, that go on after the finals end. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. My boy,
here go Heron. Your boy back, Poe. Your boy that you threw the information into his car in traffic is back. Hey, T1, I'm gonna let you handle him, man.
Yeah. He been back. Heron 78.
Heron 78.
Hey, look. Like I said, right now, all we focus on right now is going and winning the Natty. We ain't worried about last year's Natty. We ain't worried about L's that we took from the team up north. I know, at least me personally, and the people I know, we ain't worried about none of that talk stuff.
Hey, T1, bro said the same comment the last time. He got all his comments written down on a piece of paper, bro.
He be ready. He stay ready.
That was the same comment.
Look, I thought it was gonna come with some real life.
Paul just got off the stream and called him, y'all. He just called him.
Don't be doing that, man. You know we ain't in position to do that. Because I mean, like the only breaking news that's coming out is about what's coming out with y'all. Y'all the ones, we waiting on breaking news. So that's a whole nother show.
Hopefully that news will break by next week on that Big Ten talk.
Man, they stretching this one out, man. They stretching it out. So, it's that's a whole nother show too. But they stretching that out. But I think it was only supposed to be. I think they said 60 days, either 60 or 90. But yeah,
they ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay. Well,
that's your second team. No, we know you don't want them to do nothing.
They did something by taking it to where they took it to. I mean, in fact, didn't they just say Wisconsin? Did Wisconsin really just get a bowl? Just get banned from the bowls and all of that stuff?
Nah, they got a probation.
Wisconsin got a probation.
It's for recruiting though. They ain't banned out of no bowl or nothing.
Okay, so they did just get punished for something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because that's what rumor has it. Michigan is about to get punished. To what extent don't nobody know, but they say that they have to do something. So, but who cares? I really don't even care about that. Get it over with and just do whatever you're supposed to do. Whatever y'all clowns is paid to do whatever it is you're supposed to be paid to do and move on from it. This really is too old. It should have been taken care of. We shouldn't be talking about this stuff. This stuff is over. This stuff is over a year old now. That's the crazy part. This thing is over a year old.
2 years.
Or no, time out. If we want to go back to the beginning, this thing is like 3-4 years old.
Yeah.
This thing happened 3-4 years ago, and it just got taken to the NCAA a year ago, well, over a year ago, and still nothing's happened. That's crazy.
That's one heck of a rush.
And it's not because nothing happened, but I would just like to get it over with because it's been going on too long, and like why are we still talking about this stuff? I think it's stupid.
I'm out of here, man. I gotta go pick up my bread, man.
Yeah, we should be closing out. What you hit that noon?
ESPN bet, man.
Oh, you got off. You got off. You were screaming. You couldn't scream live for us, folks.
You know what I mean?
Let's get it live, man.
I gotta get to this bread, man.
Talk to the people about setting up that show, Parlay, because we got many people out there in the discussion.
It's coming.
About your picks.
It's coming. I gotta get my pitch together. It's coming.
Nah, you good. I've been letting people know we definitely got that show coming for them through the week, where they get inboxes and definitely get out to us. so we can get out
Vandor,
there.
we need to get together, man. Easy
Man,
money.
Hey man, I'm
Hey,
ready
you
when
still
you
buying
ready.
Pampers, ain't you?
Huh?
You still buying Pampers, ain't you?
No.
Yeah, this Pamper money, man.
Yeah.
It's all that money. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm ready when you ready, man. We can get together. We can get together on Saturday.
Okay, it's all in popping.
Facts.
He said we won't hear anything till August.
I'm out of
Way
here, y'all. Peace,
overblown.
y'all.
All right, Parlay.
All right, bro.
Last four the same. Michigan better coach, more physical, good special teams. OSU lackluster play calls, not physical enough. And bad
Hell, you've been good for 4 years out of the last 20. Shut up.
Right.
What are you talking about?
they don't play about their
And
butt.
that's even giving you credit. That's even giving you credit for the foolery that went on campus for 3 years. So y'all had three good years and a half decent year. Because last year would just have to be last year would have to be a failure because y'all came off of a natty. Y'all went 8-4, 8-5. What was it? Whatever it was disgusting. Like, you still talking, man. Like, just relax, dog. Get ready for the upcoming season. And hopefully y'all got something to play for. We'll see y'all in Ann Arbor.
They don't know how to be humble, man. They don't know how to be humble, bruh. You probably ain't gonna never see this ever again in your lifetime when y'all beat us 4 times in a row, bro. 3 times in a row. We done seen it. We done been doing this.
Yeah.
He said,
Man, there's nothing humble about being in a rivalry, bro. That's what it comes with.
comes with it, man.
It is. You do still have to be humble.
Yeah.
No, but stop it, man. Stop it. No, not in no rivalry, bro. You ain't no humbleness in rivalry.
This was the same.
All battle. It's all battle.
How is
podcast? This has been the same reaction I had when we were winning 7 straight, 8 straight, 6 straight, 5 straight. Like we was chilling. We wasn't just going crazy and berserk. It got old.
Man, stop it, man.
this the thing, bro. You hear the humbleness out of T1. You hear me give Michigan credit all the time. Like they're a worthy rival. But anytime the Michigan guys talk, they get disrespectful. That's a true fact.
Man, I done seen Parlay Poe give y'all much respect on his about those Buckeyes.
He wishy-washy though.
And so are y'all.
Nah, I always give them their respect. They're a worthy rival. They're a worthy rival for sure. Hey, you can't beef with somebody that's not on your level. They in our tax bracket.
It's just been y'all look see this what y'all don't understand because y'all not Buckeye fans. Since 2001, it just been it hasn't been a rivalry that we were used to. Now we talking 25 years, dog. And then, but since we had this last 4 years, we've lost to them. So we're talking to that still doesn't bother us because we got so numb. We got numb to winning. Y'all never had that in y'all's rivalry. Y'all never had it to where y'all just got numb to winning, just like year after year after year after year after year. Y'all just smashing their head. Like the only time the Michigan fans got to see that was when all of them was little babies. All of them was little babies or not even born when Michigan did what we just did with this 25-year span. Like we got numb to beating Michigan. It became nothing. It humbled us from our victory. Like we had to humble ourselves because there was nothing else to talk about. Like, dude, like we just keep beating y'all. Like y'all trash. And we just left it at that and moved on.
I think it's at a point now where y'all numb to each other because y'all both got national championships.
No.
Y'all 4 years straight.
It's not the same, dog. You trying to make it sound like something is the same. How can it be the same? It's not the same. We have and not only have we been to all of the playoff eras, we have a national championship from every playoff era since 2000. We have a BCS championship. We got a 14 playoff championship. We got a 12-team playoff championship. Nobody else can say that. And we're still feeling. And we still allow y'all to talk about y'all's team.
So
now, Moss thinking about Florida State and Miami and how he 9-10 in his rivalry. And you know, No was fresh off of just getting his face beat in almost every year by OU. So, you know, people like to hit a dog, kick a dog when they down, you know what I'm saying? But nobody want to talk when it's their turn, though. You know?
It is.
Been done.
When the Buckeyes, this is the thing, y'all national championships. We respect that.
Have we ever been down? When the last time we were down?
Listen to this. Since y'all been losing to Michigan, but we're gonna keep that for next week's talk.
We up, bro. You went 2-10, bro. We up. Y'all went 2-10.
I'm speaking on why Michigan fans are saying what they saying.
You one of them people too. Don't say Michigan fans. You one of them people too.
Say what they saying because of this. I let y'all talk. They said what they're saying. They've won 4 straight.
Oh, say me. Don't like you're not included.
Y'all won an undefeated championship through y'all's run. This wasn't undefeated, but it was historical. So I'm just thinking about this year with all this built up. It's a big year within this.
So now, if you're undefeated.
Michigan went undefeated and ran through the Big Ten on their way to the championship, taking those gold pans for the 3rd year in a row. And then y'all came back historically, and they took those gold pans before that run. So a lot of that is built up in all of this talk. Is all I'm saying. That's all.
Do you think everybody can go? Can you go and name every last of the past 20 to 30 college football national champions who didn't go undefeated?
Who me? Nah, it don't happen often.
What don't happen often?
That a team will go undefeated through a college football season and win the national championship.
You go undefeated.
But I know my Seminoles are one of those teams.
Go the national championship. So now Michigan went undefeated. Now it's a big thing. Go undefeated.
I know my Seminoles did that before the playoffs.
The championship's been won since Michigan won the national championship. But now, since Michigan won it and went undefeated, now everybody's required to go undefeated. You're not national champion unless you go undefeated.
We did that before.
All the foolery up in here is just foolery.
Yeah, and y'all want to say everything y'all want to say, but nobody wants to bring up the fact that our team is the only team in the last 20 to 25 years that has a winning record that's well above 500 or not under it. So all that other stuff y'all talking about, it misses me. It misses me. You're 9-10 versus your rivals. No, your record is not that well either. I can't think of it off the top. But y'all have bad records against y'all's rivals, bro. Y'all have bad records, bro.
Every rivalry that Texas got, they lead the series. You don't lead the series in your rivalry.
Hey, you might lead the series and you might date it back to the. You might date it.
And we lead the series according to our age.
Oklahoma,
lead the series according to our age.
We lead all of them.
Hey, you might want to date it back to the 50s and the 60s. I'm talking about the last 25 years.
No, you want to talk
I'm talking about since I've been born.
The rivalry started before 25 years ago.
I'm 31. I don't care about the 60s and the 70s.
You don't care. But the people who lived in the 60s and 70s, they do care.
We ain't talking about 60-year-old, 70-year-old men. You feel me? We talking about heroin.
But they're talking about the 135-year-old men and 125-year-old men. Remember 1900 through 1915, 1920. That's what they talking about.
If the rivalry started when it started, you can't take that away from the fact that you don't lead your rivalry.
Yeah, you can. You know why? You know why?
All of their rivalries.
How many black people was playing in the 60s, bro?
That's irrelevant.
No, it ain't. No, it's not, bro. No, it's not, bro. You cannot tell me nothing different, bro. No, it's not, bro.
I'm like the Klan if you want to. You allow somebody to Klan if you want to. They leave them alone.
Listen.
They like them Klansmen.
If it was a rivalry now, it counts.
Yeah, I get you. I get it, but it should not just only be the all-time victories. Then you go from the last 50 years. Yeah, that's where y'all get messed up when they go the last 50 years, the last 40 years, the last 30 years. I know our rivalry don't get ain't leading none of them series. They don't get the lead none of them series until all the way back in 1948, 1950. And once you go to 1960 on, who got the series? Ohio State. 1970, Ohio State. 1980, dog. We run all that, dog.
Hey, I don't have no respect for no sport that didn't have black people. The results from no sport that didn't have black people participate. I don't respect it. Hey, you missed me with it.
So now the people who like the rivalry now,
y'all all-time wins don't get back.
Dominating football. Now those people supposed to say, "Nah, I don't respect the rivalry because black people dominating the rivalry."
Oh, they don't. They don't even watch it no more. You know how many of them folk don't watch football and basketball no more? They watch baseball. That's why baseball.
I don't know. You know why I don't know? Because I don't care. I don't care.
I bet you don't, because it helps, because it helps your argument.
Man, listen. The fact of the matter is, a rivalry is a rivalry, bro.
That's right. And the victories are the victories. The clans.
Since you've been born, people are going to talk about the fact that the last 4 years they won. That's a valid point, just like your point.
Have you seen your team win or lose more?
Say it again.
Have you seen your team with your own eyes, whether you saw the game or you just read about what the records have been? Have you seen more wins than losses?
I've seen more Texas wins over their rivalries than I've seen losses, yes.
Okay.
No, you've been pouncing on y'all for 2 decades.
I can say the same thing. I've seen more victories than losses when it comes to my rival.
What's the record?
What'd you say?
What's the record?
Too much to not enough.
Oh, stop
it! I mean, I would have to go and pull it. I would have to go and pull it up for you, but
it's less than 5 or 6 games.
Since 1972, Ohio State leads the series. I know that much.
They do, but it's less than 5 or 6 games. It's less than. Go check it out. It's less than 5 or 6 games.
I'm gonna hit the group chat after this. You already know.
Yeah, it's less than 5 or 6 games.
You already know.
I'm quite sure I have the information in my catalog.
I'm sure you do. You should pull it up.
But look, you notice he said it's less than 5 or 6 games. So we're talking about 7 or 6 more extra seasons worth of winning. And even if I go and look at the records of my rival compared to mine, it's bad. Like, we good. That's what I'm saying. That's what y'all be wanting to leave off. Y'all be wanting to leave off. Like, we are the LeBron James of college football.
In a rivalry,
don't
you already know. In a rivalry, you only care about what your record was against that rival. You ain't worried about what their record was that season. Ain't nobody. Did we win or did you win? That's all that matters, bro. They ain't worried about you lost to somebody else. No, what your record was, they ain't thinking about that. They thinking about, did I beat you or did you beat me?
That's crazy.
Hey, no. Ohio State, we the LeBrons of college football. Texas, y'all are the I will give y'all might be like let me see, Larry Nance, and then State, y'all like the Steve Kerr.
Oh man. He called us the Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
I'll take Steve Kerr because Steve Kerr hit a game winner for Mike.
They ain't getting nowhere.
I'll take that one. Steve Kerr, he won
all
title.
All I know is the last 4 matchups between Ohio State and Texas is 2-2.
Hey, yeah, we've been banging. And look, we've seen those games, right? We've seen those games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. So, and we know we got another banger come up.
Yeah, we
Here on 78 talking about fan bases. Like, dog, I just hate everybody talk about that. Have you ever went to a game down south? Why don't you go to a game down south and wear the enemy's clothing and have your brown melanated skin sitting pretty? Why don't you go try that one good time, Bob?
Hey, he talking about last 5 years. Hey, did you forget?
It won't happen.
I think he forgot they opted out of the playoffs that COVID year. I think he confused.
Yeah, don't pay.
Yeah. Real scared though. But we the soft ones. We never
Yeah.
opt out.
You got to do a little bit more digging and get.
Man, that COVID year wasn't no need for
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
We played.
I don't want to hear it. We went independent just so we could play football.
That COVID year does not count, bro. You can't throw COVID year.
Man, listen, man. Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all always moving the goalposts around here, man.
Because it was COVID, bro.
It don't matter. So did Nick Saban get credit for winning the national championship that year? Yes, he did. They beat us in the national championship. He got credit for it. I don't care what the excuses is, bro. Y'all always dropping excuses around here and moving the goalposts.
Did they beat you or did they thump you?
They opted out. That's what I just told you. They opted out.
Alabama in that national championship game.
Hey, man, August 30th, man.
August 30th. Yeah,
August 30th, man.
August 30th.
I think that's the best way to end it right there. August 30th.
August 30th.
August 30th, as we conclude and get ready for Big Ten talk next week.
Man, we've been almost 2 hours, man. Y'all took me longer than I wanted to be.
I gotta take my daughter to another school, so I done figured some things out. I just throw the podcast on while I'm rolling. You know what I mean? Like, this gonna be a good one. I'm gonna do this, and this gonna give me 2 hours down the road. I might with this. This will get me out of Ohio and get me right into Kentucky by the time it go off.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah.
Set a stream when you go on that ride, man. You know we down for it, man. I'm just getting prepared for this trip out of town for the wedding for my cousin, man. I'm gonna see a union this weekend, man. I'm just excited and being with you guys, man. Just learning a lot and seeing things differently, man. It's kind of centering things forefront. All you guys, respectively, in your lifestyles and having that significant other, man. It just pushes me in different ways to, situate my lifestyle and doing those things respectively in the years to come. So, outside of that, man, just a great show today, man. Great
like
show.
that Sports 10 poster behind you, Moss.
Appreciate you, man.
I see.
Shout out to the team getting it right, man.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be gone for a week too, so y'all do your thing.
When you leave?
I'm leaving the 28th, and I won't be back until the 4th.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I'm still taking my computer with me this weekend, so I definitely will be ready for any lives.
Well, I ain't taking no computer.
You already know.
Nah, he'll be in trouble, bro.
That's right.
His wife ain't having that.
No computer here.
See, I'm learning that. So now I'm by myself, so I'm learning. When the next trip I take eventually in the years to come, I won't have that computer. But for now, it stays in the bag anywhere I go.
All right, y'all. Well, I'll see y'all on Saturday morning, man. We got another banger.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Peace. Love y'all, man.
Love you too, man.
In the building now. We out. Love y'all, man.
All right.
Sure.
Peace.